Carmen Lomas Garza is a Chicana narrative artist who creates images about the everyday life of Mexican Americans. By making a drawing inspired by her, your students will learn to value their own traditions while building empathy for others. Hi, my name's Kathy, and I've been teaching kids how to draw for over 20 years now. My favorite thing to do is to show students that when you take things one step at a time, learning how to draw just might be easier than you think. The supplies you need for this project are a sheet of drawing paper, a thin black marker, pencil, crayons, and a box of skin-colored crayons. Let's begin this drawing with the large table that sits in the middle of the paper. I'm starting with the back horizontal line and then adding those sides, which are angled a little bit. And then the front has a horizontal line too. And when that's done, add the rectangle that is the shape of the tablecloth that's hanging down. To finish the table, add two simple legs that are extending below. Let's begin by drawing the woman that's seated on the right of the table. So begin with her head shape that has kind of a profile to it. So there's a bump for the nose on the left. Then draw the back of her body that's going to be seated, so it's flat at the bottom. Then draw the front side of her dress. Let's go up and add a hairline and a bun in the back. Simple eye, a mark for her mouth, and then her collar. Oh, I do want to add a few details here, some lines for her hair and a small one for her ear. Okay, let's move on to drawing her arm. So her sleeve is angled a bit because her arm is bent forward. When the arm is drawn, then add a very simple hand on the end. And be sure to erase any lines inside the arm so it looks like the arm is in front of the table. Then we can move on to drawing the other arm and hand. It's kind of bent and has some finger lines. I know these are small shapes, just do the best you can. That hand also has a pointy shape, that's her scissors that she's holding. So add that. And while I'm drawing that, I'm just going to draw that piece of paper that she's cutting out too. So your shape doesn't have to look like mine. Hopefully this just gives you a little bit of help. Now we can draw the chair that the woman is sitting on. So there's the back shape with some poles or sticks coming down from it. And then there's kind of a rounded shape for the base of the chair, the seat of the chair actually. And then some legs coming down from the bottom. We only see a few of them because the others are hidden. The woman's feet are showing underneath the table, so let's draw one with a line for the shoe, and then the other one behind it. Now let's add a little more detail about the craft this woman is doing. I'm drawing some sheets of paper and then some stems for some roses. So it looks like she and this young boy are making paper flowers. So these roses can be pretty simple, just a line for the stem and kind of a cup shape for the rose and maybe a few leaves. That's all it really takes to make a shape look like a rose. Let's move on to drawing the boy that's on the left side. Start with the head that has a bump for the nose. Add a neck and the torso that's kind of leaning over the table. We can add a sleeve here and an arm that's bent. A very simple hand on the end. The other arm shows just a little bit. And while we're here, let's just add that flower that he appears to be holding. Okay, that was a lot of steps, I know, so let's take a moment to erase lines that are inside the body and the head so we can go back and add a hairline and an eye and a mouth. To complete the rest of the boy, we can draw just part of his pants that are showing and the leg that's underneath. He's sitting on his legs. And add the ankle and a simple shoe. The boy's chair looks just like the woman's does on the other side, so draw that back shape and those poles that are coming down. I'm drawing enough lines to make 4 poles. When you have those in place, then draw the seat of the chair, which kind of wraps around his feet. The chair has some legs underneath and some poles that go across, and just a little bit of what shows that's on the other side. Let's start that window now at the top of the paper. So begin with 3 window panes like this. And then we want that rod of curtain that's going across. And I want it to look like bunched up fabric. So I'm just going to go across with some bumpy lines like this, kind of going up and down, coming across the same way. And when I'm done, I'll go back and add some lines for some folds in the fabric. To finish the curtain, draw the sides coming down, and then we can go back and add some like upside down V shapes to show where the fabric is gathered. So it looks good to do some random ones. Some could be single, some could be long V shapes, some could be short ones. Just add them all the way across. Let's draw a floor line in the background. And then move up and add some homey pictures on the wall. I'm going to start with one on the left that is just a simple frame with a building inside. On the right side, I'm going to add another picture, but make it more like a portrait this time. So I'm beginning with the outside frame, adding an oval inside this time, and then a very simple hint of a face and hair. All right, when your drawing is done, then it's time to get out that black marker and start tracing over all of those lines you made. As always, I recommend taking a moment to erase any pencil lines you might still see before you start to color. Now you are welcome to color your picture however you want, but here's how I did mine. I started with purple. Then I filled in all the shapes that I wanted to be brown. Then I moved on to the skin color. That's where that box of skin crayons are going to come in handy. Then the things that are red, and light blue and light purple. The light green things on the table. The couple of shapes that are black, the light orange floor, those bright yellow curtains, the blue sky in the window, and finally those green walls. Here's another look at my finished drawing without a kitty sitting on top. I told Dottie she was going to have to take a nap somewhere else. I really like drawings like this that tell stories. They're so much fun, and I hope you learned more about how to make your own too. If you check out my website, Art Projects for Kids, you'll find more Hispanic-themed projects like How to Draw Frida Kahlo and A Day of the Dead Skull. I hope you try those out too and that you keep on drawing. See you next time.